In this video, I'm going to walk you through my scalping selling options trading strategy, a strategy I've never revealed on this channel before. So sit back, relax, and enjoy because I'm going to give you some golden nuggets here and all the indicators, which are absolutely free, and you can find them on TradingView on how to produce this current strategy. So on the screen now, what we have Nvidia. Nvidia has had a big rise up over the past week, and again, that's down to the tariff stuff dying down, the Trump deal with Saudi Arabia, and them buying some, AI chips with it, which Nvidia is primed player for that. All of these good things inside there. And what's that done over the past week? You can see here we've had a gap up, and we've had a massive move up here. I think we closed at just under wherever. Let's look at the high now around 135.42, something along those lines, around $136. Now, what that has done is hit the first point of this strategy, which if I just walk through all 3 points, we'll go through why this example works for NVIDIA, and it will also walk you through the indicators. The first one is we need an extreme move to the upside or the downside, which results in a missed weekly pivot. Now, you guys know, who are followers of my channel, know I talk a lot about pivots in various trading strategy videos. I'm a big believer of pivot points, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever that may be, and the percentage chance of those pivots being hit in the time period we're talking about. So in this example, weekly pivots, the more opportunity that we have that we are going to get some risk reversal or volatility inside the market, especially when we have a missed pivot. So the first indicator you need for this strategy to work or to analyze any stock is the OGT pivot points indicator. So again, it's my own proprietary indicator. So again, if you type in OGT, you see I've got a number of indicators. Again, they're all kind of available for free on TradingView, so make sure you get them. And I've got various YouTube videos on every single one of these. So it's called OGT pivot points, which again, for whatever reason, if it's not on there and you can't seem to find it, all you need to do then is just type in a pivot. I think it's called pivot point standard. Pivot point standard. It's exactly the same. It's my one just got a bit more functionality in terms of colors and the way it's kind of laid out. But in terms of the functionality of how these pivot points are calculated, it's exactly the same. And the settings I like to use is traditional. In the other indicator, there's other different variation methods to it. I've got the weekly time frame, which is important for this strategy. And again, the look back, it doesn't matter really on the look back, but that's more for analysis point of view. But I've set it to 52 just to really look at the last year worth of data. And again, I don't look at S1 to S5 support resistance. I just really look at that main pivot point. And the key thing to kind of show is what you can see is that every single week price tends to hit or gravitate to these pivot points. And you can see here we've got a missed pivot here, which again, if you look at the end of the week, we saw a reversal back into that pivot point level. It doesn't necessarily have to get there, but price tends to navigate to its current week's pivot and or kind of missed pivots as well. Again, I'm just going into random ones here. So again, you've got a missed pivot here. It hit the next week's pivot point, hit the week after pivot point. So it took another 2 weeks for it to come back to that pivot point. Another missed pivot point. And this is one here that's taken a while, has taken this week to get to. But you can see here that even with the missed one, we tend to see either a flattening or a reversal, which is kind of what we're looking for with this. So what I've done here is I've actually created next week's pivot. So again, it's not going to show you next week's pivot until Monday, but all you've got to do is go to the weekly chart, look on the last bar that is created, and I'm just looking over here. So if you hover over it, you've got the high, low, and close. So again, if I just do this, the high is 136.35 plus the low 120.28 plus the close of 135.40. That's 392.03, 392.03, and then just divided by 3 gives you 130.67. So what that's going to do is it tells you, because again the week's finish, if I look at, if I double click on this, I can actually get into here, coordinates. You can see I've got 130.67 on here. So I've drawn out next week's pivot. So step one, what we want to do is identify that we have a missed pivot point. So in this week, you can see that price started above the pivot point, had a gap higher, it continued higher throughout the whole week. So we have a missed pivot and we have an upside move, which again shows us an extreme move to the upside or downside. And what we want to do with this scalping strategy is fade it or counter that actual strategy. So I believe that we are going to go lower for next week. We don't have to close the week lower, we can close the week higher, but we've got a high probability chance that we will get a fallback reversal. And the reason why I say that and the reason why I calculate the next week's pivot at 130.6 or whatever it is that most weeks you always get at least price coming back to its pivot point. So at some point between the Monday and the Friday, price should really come back to the pivot point. And you can go back, you don't really see more than 2 weeks. You don't normally see more than 2 missed pivot points. Even this one here, again, here's a classic example, right? So you've got the extreme move up here. It goes up a little bit, but then it comes back down. And if you sell the covered call or you're selling a call, whether it's covered or not is irrelevant, you will pick up some of that extreme price move, which again, you can bank and benefit from. So that's what we're expecting to do. We're expecting price at some point in this next week to come back to this blue line or next week's pivot point. Could fall through it, it could get there, but if it gets there, therefore the option that you sold in my example is the 136 call for $290. All we need that is to drop by 20, 30, 40%. Therefore I can capture a good $100 move inside the week. Now, we'll go into the options in a second, but again, you can buy this call if you wanted to for 290, right? And I've decided to sell the call because it's what I'm more comfortable with, and I'll explain what to do if it does continue to go higher. So that's the first thing. We've got a missed pivot. We've calculated next week's pivot, which is here, which is below the current price, which 99% of the time is going to be below the current price. Next thing what we want an oscillator. I like to use the RSI, but you can use stochastics or whichever one that you find more comfortable with. It needs to be overbought or oversold in the week. So we've had an up move. What we really want to do in this example, we want it to be overbought, right? Which we can see here. It's if I just try to scroll out as much as I can, other than this move over here, which again you saw a move down, you haven't really seen anywhere the RSI getting to as high as 85, 86. You haven't really seen that over the past year. So it's a pretty big move. And you can see here from this price action where price starts to get, but it's really like flatten out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it hasn't really moved much in the past 3 days from its up move. It's losing out some steam. So we've got that in there. And the last bit is do we get bullish or bearish diversions? So in this example, we've got bearish diversions. Effectively what we're talking about here is we've got price making lower highs of effectively, or pretty much flat. It's not really making anything. And the RSI is throughout the same period is declining, right? So price is making flat to higher highs, but we're making lower highs on the RSI or your oscillator of choice. And therefore that gives you a good indication of where price is running out of steam in this example, and therefore giving us a bleeding indicator that price is looking to drop in the short term, i.e. in our example, in the next 7 days. So we've got those three things here. We've got a missed pivot point. So the chances of a second week missed pivot point is really, really low. I'm not saying it can't happen, but again, it's extremely low. We've got the RSI overbought within the week, and we also have bearish diversion. So we've got a sweet setup here. And again, you could, like I said, you could buy a put here. You could sell a call here, which is what I've done. So again, there are different things that you can do here to make this trade happen inside your favor, or to gain from the move, the down move that we think is going to happen. And again, we're just going based on the probability chances here. So again, if I pull up Webull here, you can see we closed Nvidia at 135.40. So I sold the 136 call. I think I got filled at 290, I think it was. Let's just go back here. Yeah, I got filled at 290 at 7 days out. So I sold the 136 call, and I got filled at 290. And again, if we just look at it on the put side of things, if you think it's going to go down, again, you could be buying a put here for 340, 350. And again, if you get the move inside your favor, it's then more like this option will go up in price, and therefore you can sell it for a profit. Whereas what I want to do is I want to sell it and then buy it back for less and net the difference. Because here you got the theta working in your favor. So again, you got the passage of time, and it is out the money just about. We're very, very close to the current price, because I'm expecting that move to come down. If I can get 10, 20% off this 60, 70, 80, 90 to $100 from this option of that's 286. And again, if we get a massive move down, especially on Monday, then again, this option will, because it's 7 days to go, it will eke out as much as you go. So again, if you are new to this, you would probably want to buy a put, because then your worst case scenario, you lose 340. If Nvidia continues to go up, then this option here will increase in value, and therefore you will start to lose quite a bit of money as part of this if you don't roll the option. So if that's what happens to me, and I get to a situation where I need to roll this option, what I would do is, let's say, for example, I don't know, it goes $3 in the money and it's 139, but to simulate this, it's 133. So it's going to cost me $455 to buy this option back. I probably would go out like 30 days, and then I would probably look to like sell like the 140 or something like that for $6.30, pick up some more net credit, and then manage the position and rolling up, because at some point it will continue to go down, and because of the extreme move that it is, and therefore I'm comfortable rolling the position as long as I need to, for it to then drop back down so that I can get out at break even or a slight loss. So that's kind of how I manage it. I just use the rolling functionality, push it out a bit further in time, whether it's more than likely as a break even, and push my strike price as high as you can. Because I'll be honest, I don't think Nvidia will get away and get to like 150 inside a week's time. I just don't think it's possible. We know we've got earnings coming up on the 28th of May. So again, that is something to also bear in mind as part of this strategy. We do have earnings coming up as well. It's not next week, it's the week after. So ideally, if we get that move down, we can get out of the $300 odd, we can get 20, 30%. Again, you can do that. Again, there's thousands of stocks out there and lots of screeners that you can use to go find stocks that have had missed pivots. And again, if you just look at your favorite stocks with something like Nvidia, Apple, etc., there are many things you can do. If you wanted to cover yourself, you could have done a call credit spread and potentially just let it go for the whole duration and see if you can pick up $100 or $200 by again buying the call. So therefore you have restricted yourself. So I like to sell naked options, so that's why I've sold a naked call. And again, this strategy is high probability. So again, if we want to see what happens as part of this, we can go check that one out on Option Strat. So I might do a video next week on this if you guys are interested. And if it does go against me, then again, I can show you guys what I do with this to protect it. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I should catch you guys in the next one.